Welcome back to the video today, guys. Coach Carp with Carp's Gym here to take a look at one of the smaller companies you may not have heard about. Today we're going to be talking about mag pins. Stick with me and we'll check it out. Welcome back to the video, guys. Today I want to bring you some products from a smaller known company you may not have heard of, Steadfast lifting products. I became aware of this Made in the USA company around Christmas of 2022. They came out with these new mag pins at a very reasonable price. So that kind of got the ball rolling and made me look into the company further. I ordered some of them to test them out myself, but went back and found out this company's been around for about a year, making a lot of what they call budget attachments. So these attachments are made by guys who lift and are lifting. You can go check out their owner, Chris, aka the Fit Fabricator, on Instagram, and see that he's a bodybuilder and has competed in bodybuilding over the years. He's also an engineer and fabricator, so he has been making a lot of these products budget friendly for us in the home gym space. I've got a few of them in. I've had the most time with these Steadfast lifting pins, and I'm really excited about them. They're a good budget option for those of you that don't want a traditional hitch pin. You may have seen these in the past. Like, these are just the generic ones that come from like Harbor Freight, Home Depot. You're just basically hitch pins. This is a 5/8 one, but I always call them hitch pins. But if you on some of the sites, you may see these as detent pins or things like that. It's basically just a pin that goes on with your attachments, holds things like spotter arms, safeties, things like that. And this one is a Rep Fitness one. This is the one they sent out with their monoliths last year. This is one of the ones I would definitely not recommend. But then Rogue has theirs, a similar version with a bigger ball. They're pretty heavy duty. These are all just a standard. Some other companies like Stray Dog Strength or Surplus Strength, they offer these. They actually have the pin that goes in to hold them on instead of the little ball. So these are very heavy duty and they work well, but sometimes they're often a pain to undo and move around. That's where I like something like these magnetic hitch pins. Steadfast launched these, I think it was around December of last year, and they started selling like hotcakes, man. They're a very reasonable price. They're made with a 5-inch usable steel bar with a 3D printed end cap handle, which they insert the magnets. So the 5 inches of usable shaft space, so it should work on almost any attachment. There's some of the things that it will not work with, like certain J-cups and things like that, but that's because the hole spaces are just smaller. It would actually fit in there, but the magnets would not attach to the metal, so you can still use it that way. But I like to use it on spotter arms, safeties, and then a couple of my buddies that have the Vendetta lever arm attachments, these are great for those. And I think even Maddie, the Muscle Wizard, he actually, when these first came out, they were like a 4.5 inch. He actually requested that these be 5-inch for people like that. So he actually uses his on the Vendetta, or like my buddy Eric Eccles, Eccles Basement Gym, he uses them on his goat attachment. And I found that they're also very helpful on the goat attachment because I own that attachment as well. So these are great for pretty much dual purpose around the gym. There were some issues when they first came out, and some of you may have seen online, some of you that have been following me on Instagram have seen that there were different caps. Some of them have the 4 magnets, and some of them have the 6 shooter style magnets. The first run of these were excellent. They had some really strong magnets, and then there was a second run of them that had bad magnets, so they weren't as strong. Even on his website, he does say that the magnets are not the weakest, but they're not the strongest. Since he's updated some of the magnets, they are more on the stronger side. I've tested them. You can see on Instagram or even on the rack. I'll show you some B-roll clips of that. The magnets are much stronger. What he does is there's a steel shaft with 3D printed end, and he press fits that over steel rods, and the magnets are actually press fit and glued in. So that's something that could change over time. They could fall out over time, but you could always glue them back in. But I've used them for a while, and all the buddies I know that have them, that ordered them last year, they haven't had any issues at this point. They use them often. So it's definitely something to look into. The one thing that I would like, they do have a chamfer at the very edge. What I would like to see is more of a rounded edge, maybe a little bit longer chamfer. So some of the attachments you put in, they fit in great and other ones have a little more trouble. So some of the other mag pins out there you may have heard of, like Oak Club. There's some Amazon versions out there that are kind of a budget option. Oak Club is definitely not a budget option, but they have the rounded off edges. And obviously that's a lot higher end product, but something like that, even if it was a little bit longer chamfer or a little bit more rounded, makes it easier to get in all your attachments. So after using these, would I recommend these? I would say yes. Just know going into it that these are a budget mag pin option. But when you stack up the prices, something like these generic pins, these may even be cheaper or around the same cost as something like these generic hitch pins and D-tip pins. So I would definitely recommend these if you want something like that for ease of use. And the magnets are much stronger than you think they would be. They're not overly strong. You can get them out and manipulate them when needed, but they're not so strong that you can't take them off, or they're not too weak to not keep the attachment in place. So I would definitely recommend these if you're looking for some mag pin options. If you didn't know what mag pins were, congratulations. It's a whole market out there that's growing right now. Several companies are launching these. I saw new companies are coming out with new versions of their old ones. So stay tuned. If you want to see a video of all things mag pins, it's something I'm working on. This is one of the first ones we brought in, and it's a budget price. So I think a lot of people will like this one. But if you want to see all things mag pins from several different companies, I'm waiting on some of them to come in now from Canada. So if you know anything about Canada, it takes a lot of time to get things in the US from Canada. It could be 2 or 3, 4 weeks to get something you ordered and that was in stock. So we're waiting on some things to come in to get you that video. But if that's something you'd like to see, comment down below. Tell us you want the mag pins video, and we'll work on that. Also, we do have a discount code with Steadfast Lifting. So it's CC10, like coachcarp 10. So CC10 will save you 10% at steadfastlifting.com. So go check them out. They have a lot of different cable attachments. If you want to see some of the newer cable attachments they're coming out with, they're all budget priced. They have several things like hammer handles, cable attachments to attach different handles and different attachments to your rack. I know some of my buddies already have those. If you want to see a video or review of those, we can get some of those in. Comment down below what you want to see, because I'm working with Chris over there at Steadfast to see ones that have the most interest. Maybe we'll get to bring those in and try them out for you guys. I've tried several of his before. He's well known for that flat bar you may have seen out. So check those out. coachcarp CC10 can save you 10%. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching the video, guys. There's always affiliate links in the description. Like I said, I have a code CC10 with Steadfast, but there are several other affiliates. Those type of links help us run the channel. If you want to see more videos and have us bring in more items, please use those links, and we'll put that money back into the channel. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Coach Carp, go lift.